So I thought I'd do an update video and just show you some of the consoles I've been working on over the last couple of weeks and show you the progress I've made, or lack thereof in some cases. But a couple of these I've shown in previous videos, so I thought I should just do a bit of an update on them. And I've also got a couple of other bits and pieces here that I've picked up recently, and I'll show you these in just a moment. But first of all, I'll show you the Lynx here, and unfortunately I'm no further forward with this one. From what I can understand, or from what I've read online, these are notoriously bad for having problems with the power circuitry. And what can happen is if someone plugs in the wrong power adapter with too high a voltage, it'll basically just fry the motherboard on them. There's no proper protection circuitry in these to prevent the motherboard from getting damaged, and that seems to be what's happened with this one. I've read up on all the different tricks and all the different tips and advice people have given for getting these running again, but with this one it seems to be that the motherboard is unfortunately fried on it. The cartridges have all been cleaned. I've stripped the whole thing and cleaned all the ribbon cables and everything, but it's just not for working. So it seems to me that possibly the previous owner has plugged in the wrong type of power adapter and basically fried the motherboard. So yeah, this is no further forward, sadly, but I'll get it running one day. What I'll end up doing is buying another one that's probably in worse condition, because this is in really nice kind of cosmetic condition, and I'll just rip the motherboard out, one that's maybe got a damaged screen or something, and stick it in this, and I should have a nice, good condition working Atari Lynx with the box and everything there. So yeah, sadly no further along with that one. The next one I've got here is the Dingoo, and I'm happy to say I've got this one working okay. And what I ended up doing was replacing the battery in it. If you remember, it wasn't working, there was a power issue with it, it wasn't switching on, and it wasn't charging, so I worked out that the battery was the fault with it. So I got a new battery for it. I got this from Deal Extreme. Well, not this one, the new one's in it, but this is the old one. The replacement battery only cost like £4-5, really cheap, and it was pretty easy to install. I just needed to solder in the two wee wires there. So once I did that, I got the custom firmware installed on it, and I also got Dingoo. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's basically Linux for the Dingoo. I got that installed. I had to buy a little SD card adapter for it. It takes a mini SD card for some reason, which I don't know if that's like a discontinued format, but yeah, I got a wee adapter for it so I could put a little micro SD card in there, and that's what you run your Linux from. So I've got it dual booting the custom firmware and Linux. I'll show you that right now actually. Just fire it up so you can see the Dingoo logo there, and I'll just let it boot into the custom firmware here, and I'll show you that. So yeah, you've got your menu here. Now the other thing as well, I got rid of the horrific music and put some of my own songs in here now. So no more Celine Dion, or what was it, Westlife, or whatever the hell the previous owner was listening to. I've got some good stuff in this now. But yeah, it runs great. I really like this little handheld system. I'll show you some gameplay here. Just got the emulator, so it emulates all these different systems. You've got the Capcom systems, the Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo Entertainment System. I'll show you the Capcom system one here. This is a game I've been playing an absolute ton of, so I'll show you some quick gameplay footage of that. I'll have to edit this bit out because it's going to take ages to load, so I'll just jump to some gameplay footage. So yeah, it runs the game really well. There is a little bit of slowdown when there's tons of enemies on the screen at one time, but I mean, that's kind of understandable. Otherwise it runs perfectly. I think this is probably one of my new favourite side-scrolling kind of beat-em-ups now, but yeah, great game. I've been having a lot of fun playing that on the system. I'll just cancel out of this and go back to the main menu. Yeah, so as I was saying, I can dual boot with this into Dingoo. So if I just turn off the system, just hold the power button down. So if I hold down the select button and I turn it on, you'll see it'll boot into Linux. There we go. And there we go, should load up. Now I've just installed some silly kind of PlayStation style menu system here. But yeah, from this I can load up my Mega Drive emulator. You can install different emulators, you've got a SNES emulator as well. But I can start up my Mega Drive emulator here and play some, I'll play some Sonic the Hedgehog. But this runs great. Playing the Mega Drive emulator through the Dingoo's version of Linux works flawlessly. It's really great. You can see there. And yeah, I've been playing an absolute ton of this. So that's one of the consoles that I've managed to get running perfectly again. So that's good. Got another couple of pickups here. I'll show you quickly. Again, I'll try not to ramble on for too long. I'll just switch this off. Is that going to switch off? Come on, there we go. So, a couple of the other things I picked up were these, and these are action replays for the Game Boy Advance. And these are both listed as working, but they actually turned up they weren't working properly. I managed to get this one to work again. All it needed was the pins realigned here, and a couple of the solder points were bad on the board inside, so I fixed that. And what these allow you to do is you put your game in there like that. I just grab my Game Boy Advance here, SP, you just plug that in there and turn it on. It'll give you a new menu screen, or a menu screen will come up, and you can then enter codes and basically use it to cheat in game if you want. So yeah, you can enter your codes and whatnot with this, but not really my kind of thing. But what I've noticed is these tend to sell for quite a lot of money on eBay. They're quite rare, and what people seem to like to use these for is games like Pokemon, so you can basically unlock all the characters or whatever. Games like Pokemon and Zelda, where you can basically cheat and give yourself infinite lives and that sort of thing. They're not really my kind of thing. I don't really use game cheat devices much, but yeah, I picked them up anyway because they were pretty cheap. And the crazy thing is, the likes of this one, I've seen people sell them for anywhere between £60 to £100 for this thing. So I thought it was worth picking up. I think I paid about £5-6 for this, but unfortunately I can't get this one to run. I can get this one working okay, and that one's pretty much mint. It's brand new again, runs perfectly, but this one not so much. This one will take the Game Boy Advance cartridges, and it will also take the DS carts as well, so you can hook it up to your computer's little USB slot in there, transfer your saves back and forth. But with this one you plug it in and it just gives you an error screen saying that you have to switch it on with this little switch here. You switch it over and then it loads up into this kind of glitchy screen. So yeah, I think this one's faulty. I've tried my best to clean it up and everything, but no luck with that. But yeah, these were just a couple of little action replays I got for the Game Boy Advance, so got those. And the one I'm working on at the moment, the newest console, is this thing here, and it's a Nintendo DS Lite. Yeah, as you can see, it's in kind of rough condition. It's got this kind of Ben 10 skin on it. In a minute, my light's making a funny noise here. It's kind of buzzing. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, but I got this from eBay, and the only fault with it, other than the disgusting skin that's on it, is this here. You can see there's a black line on the screen, goes right across the length. And I saw this on the listing and I kind of hoped and I kind of thought it was maybe just the ribbon cable that connects the top screen to the motherboard, and all I'd need to do is strip it and plug that cable back in. But unfortunately what I discovered is the screen, I don't know if you'll be able to make it out and just get a reflection of the camera in it, but yeah, basically the screen is knackered, the top screen is anyway, so that's totally faulty and needs replaced. But what I got in the post today Oh yeah, this actually came with a hard case as well, which is kind of cool. And it was 16 quid for this and the charger. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. What came in the post today, again what I ordered from Deal Extreme, is a replacement top screen. So that'll be going into the system. And I also got this, which is a clear DS Lite case for it, replacement housing, whatever you want to call it. So this looks kind of cool. I'm kind of looking forward to installing the system, taking it out of the horrible red manky one here and putting it into this nice new clear one and seeing how that looks. So when that's done, it should look pretty cool. So that's going to be what I'm going to do after I finish this video here. Hopefully get this installed into the new shell. But yeah, what I'll have to do with this is leave the red border around the screens here, or at least the bottom screen. I'm not sure about the top one. I think I'll probably have to take the screen out and take that little border out and put it into the new one. I'm not too sure yet. But anyway, I'll need to keep the red border with that, because taking these off is a complete pain in the ass and it usually ends up damaging the touch screen. So I'll need to leave that on. The other thing I might do is leave the red buttons in the clear housing, just to see how that looks, but I'll see how that looks in the end. But yeah, that was another kind of a good bargain I got there. That was 16 quid for the console, the case, and the power circuit, the power adapter. The replacement screen, I think that cost about £4, and this I think cost about £5. So you know, you're talking about another tenner for parts to get it repaired. And the plan was the original plan was to get this repaired and sold on again, but I might just keep it depending on how it looks in that kind of clear case. So yeah, that's what I picked up. Another thing I got here, this isn't really faulty or anything. I originally bought this for parts, but when I got it, it was in really nice condition, so I decided just to keep it as just to add into the collection, I suppose, because I don't own one of these. And that's the original Game Boy Advance in black, and it's in really nice condition. So it's got the battery cover there and it works fine. The only thing I don't like about these is that they don't have a backlit or even a frontlit screen, so they're kind of useless compared to the Micro and the SP. But yeah, I think that was about £7 or £8 for that. And like I said, I originally bought it just for using for spare parts. But yeah, it turned up and it was in way too nice of a condition to rip apart, so I think I'm just going to add that to the collection. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just thought I'd do an update video there. I've probably rambled on for too long and I've probably sent most of you to sleep, but yeah, just thought I'd do a quick update, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you again soon.